Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear Sebastians, and I'm very much positive that you are doing well back at your homes. Dear students, in our previous lesson, we were talking about a special case of diffusion, that was osmosis, and what makes it special that in this kind of diffusion, water molecules are involved and there is a partially permeable membrane, which we have discussed in the definition, that it is the net movement of water molecules from the region of high water concentration to the region of lower water concentration through a partially permeable membrane. And we have defined it with another way, that it is the movement of water molecules from the solution of higher water potential to the solution having the lower water potential through a partially permeable membrane, that is called as osmosis. Dear students, let me explain you the water potential again, because it is very important for you to understand, for the better understanding of the osmosis in the cells and in the animal cell and in the plant cell. So, what is water potential? Dear students, as I told you in the previous lesson, water potential is basically the free movement of the water molecules in a solution. And I have told you that in pure water, water molecules have the highest or the maximum water potential. That means they can move more freely in the pure water. But if we talk about the solutions are of two types, that could be dilute solutions and the concentrated solutions. Dear students, concentrated solutions means that in that solution there are more solutes present. And if we talk about the dilute solution, that means it has low solutes in it. As we will proceed in this lecture, we'll come to know that the concentrated and the dilute solutions as well. So let's start with the osmosis in the cells. Dear students, you are well aware of the definition of osmosis now. Dear students, osmosis can be demonstrated with the help of whisking tubing. And we have discussed in the previous lesson that whisking tubing is a membrane that allows some selective, or you can say that the water molecules to pass through the tiny holes which are present in the whisking tubing. So, why we need to study the osmosis in the cells? Because cell membrane, that black membrane, cell membrane, as we already discussed in our previous lessons, that the cell membrane is a partially permeable membrane. So it is really important to understand that how the phenomena of osmosis occurs in the cells, because that membrane act as a partially permeable membrane. Cell membrane act as a partially permeable membrane. Although plants have a cell wall around it, but they also have a cell membrane inside that cell wall. So plants and different and animal cells respond differently in different conditions. But first of all, we are going to discuss the animal cells, osmosis in the animal cells. Dear students, according to the definition of the osmosis, that means the movement of water molecules from the region or from the solution of higher water potential to the solution having lower water potential. And what is water potential? It is the free movement of the water molecules. We are going to learn it with example, as on the animal cells. That animal cell is placed in a solution, and that solution has some solutes in it. red solutes are also present inside the cell. Remember students, in animal cell or the plant cell, the cytoplasm, that is a watery material, watery living material, gel-like material, in which all the living parts of the cells are present, that is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is basically watery in nature, and here you can see in this tub in which the animal cell is placed. Here you can see where are the more solutes present in the cell. Whether inside the cell more solutes are present or outside the cell. If the solutes are present more inside, that means that is more concentrated, and lesser the solutes present inside the beaker, that means it is dilute solution. So what happens if there is a dilute solution? That means the water molecules, or you can say that water potential is high. Why it is high? Because due to the low amount of solutes, the water molecules are less occupied and more water molecules can move freely. So beaker, the water present in the, or the solution present in the beaker, that has more water potential as compared to the animal cell. So what will happen if we talk about the osmosis in the cell? What will happen? These water molecules will pass through this membrane, and that water molecules will move until the water potential becomes at equilibrium. I hope you have understood the concept and the idea. Let me recall it for you again. Osmosis in the cells. How osmosis occur in the cell? That the cell membrane present around the cell that act as a partially permeable membrane, and through that partially permeable membrane, water and the other solutions can pass through that partially permeable membrane, but the solutes or the other large molecules cannot pass through this partially permeable membrane. So if we place a cell in a solution which has a more water potential, what will happen? The water will move from the higher water potential to the lower water potential, which is present inside the cell, the animal cell. Dear students, I just want you to have an idea about the osmosis in the cell. In the next lesson, we will discuss the osmosis in animal cell. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Take care of yourselves and the people around you.